y'all. I'm coming at you today from my work at home office, which happens to be the Zakula house, at my dining room table. And I'm sure we're all going through some kind of form of this new normal for right now. And so I just wanted to pop on and give a little message to all of our parishioners at St. Greg's and check in and see how you're doing, and hopefully seeing these familiar faces will bring you a little bit of happiness. And actually, speaking of the word happiness, that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today, is the idea of something even deeper than happiness, and that's the idea of joy. So in all of our streaming things that have been happening at our house, binge watching and streaming things, I finally got to watch something that was on my list for a long time on Netflix, and that was Brene Brown's special. Brene Brown is a researcher, but she has this really funny way of looking at things. She's almost like watching a little bit of a comedy act while you're learning a lot. You want to have a pencil and paper close by, because I took all kinds of notes. I actually have a couple of her leadership books too. And one of the things she talked about that really resonated for me is this idea of joy and gratitude. So in her research, she found that people who were the most joyful are the people who practice the art of gratitude. And so I was thinking about that, and on a really down day, and we all have them now, it's normal. You're staring at the same 4 walls or same 8 walls, and maybe you have a couple faces to look at, or a furry friend, or maybe you're alone, and you're really needing to find a way to change an attitude on some certain days. So on this certain day, I thought, all right, Brene Brown, I'm going to practice this art of being grateful. And it's not about just at the end of the day, which is how I was practicing gratitude. In my prayers at the end of the day, I would think about what I was grateful for. Always it was, family, a nice warm house to live in, a secure job. This is being a lot more specific about our gratitude. So I thought, all right, it's worth a shot. Let's see if we can change a little bit of the blues around and get some joy going again. So I started my list. And the first night on my list, I wanted to put family, and I stopped myself and I thought, okay, what's something specific that I really want to say about family? And I have to say, our son Andrew has been a trooper through this. He's 18. He had his first year of college canceled. He had 6 baseball games under his belt playing as a freshman, and everything was shut down. And we all have stories of loss like that for our kids, for our families, for people we know. It's a different way of living. And so on my gratitude list that night, I put that Andrew is not being a pill. He's not being a typical 18-year-old moody boy. He's watching family movie night with us. We're having really good conversations and having family dinner. So that was one of the things that went on my gratitude list that night. And so I guess I challenge you today, because it really did help me, to find some joy in your life by practicing some gratitude. And I don't pretend that that's easy right now, but maybe if you can find 3 to 5 things that you truly are very specific about and grateful for, I hope that you'll kind of step back and see a little change in yourself, like I saw in myself, and a little bit of my joy came back to me. And it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. We're in for, another month of this. So just a little tip for today that I hope gets you through a couple of extra days without going too crazy. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the idea of the things that we're missing right now. So all of us, I kind of mentioned that there's, seniors in high school, and like I mentioned, Andrew's baseball, we're missing things. And so what I really liked, and I can't take credit for this idea, but it was on Facebook, and it said, list the things that you're missing right now. List them on paper. Write them down. And it was a children's activity, but I think it fits for any age. And so that you can really follow through and do those things when our lives can get back to some kind of normalcy. So for me, one of the things I miss so much is just hugging people. I'm a big hugger. So I will look forward to the day that I can give hugs again. I will look forward to the day that I can be more than 6 feet away from my parents, dropping off a goodie bag at their house. And so write those things down, because we don't want to go back to taking all those great things for granted, which is really what could happen in the midst of all of this. And quite honestly, maybe it will happen. But I'm going to do my best to try to appreciate those things by writing them down now. And then when I am out of this quarantine environment, and when you're out of this quarantine environment, you can look back and start ticking off some of those things on your list that you really missed. Really simple things. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day I'd miss a hug, and we can kind of get back to celebrating some of those things we missed together. So on that note, I just want you to know I'm praying for you, and we all miss you at the office, and we miss your visits, and we certainly miss celebrating the Eucharist on the weekends with you. And keep tuning in to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our website for updates and more information. And until then, just know you're in my prayers and that I love you all. And I can't wait till the day that I can see you again. God bless.